Hello again, everybody. My name is Brandon Jelks. Some of you already know me. Some of the kids here know me from teaching. Yep, at Hope Academy. I teach band and orchestra at Hope Academy. And so, yeah, if I know you, hello and hi, good to see you. For the ones that don't know me, I go here in Harvest. I've been here for about 2 years, playing, as Ryan said, I play keys, and I'm a father. I have 2 children. One is he just was born December 30th. His name is Boston, and he's a little guy, but he's doing well. And my first son, just to shed a little bit of light about him, he's a miracle baby. He was born 1 pound, 4 ounces, and he wasn't supposed to be here. And so it took about 2.5 months for him to stay in a hospital. And he grew, and we got to take him home around 4 pounds. And his name is Brandon. I named him after myself, Brandon Deontay Jelks II. And so yeah, I have 2 children, 2 sons, and my lovely wife, Tiffany Jelks. We've been married for about 8 years now. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. Now on to my testimony. So, I guess I have a long road to get here. Are there any of you, you can just raise your hands, are there any of you that live in a single family home? Or like just you were raised by your mother or father? Yeah, you can raise your hands if you want. Okay, so 1 or 2. Everybody else has, 2 parents in the home. Who has 2 parents in the home? Everybody here, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Well, good. That's good. Well, yeah, I was raised predominantly by my grandmother. My mom and my father. My father is in and out of jail and stuff like that. My mom, she wasn't a Christian when I was born and when I grew up. So I was pretty much raised by my grandmother. I have 3 brothers, 2 brothers, and then some other siblings, but 2 other brothers that were in the house. And so, yeah, I watched, I'm going to tell you like the sobs. You don't have to cry or anything like that, but I'm going to tell you how I started. I watched my father at a young age of 3, 4, 5. I watched my father get arrested. I watched him fight cops and get beat up and stuff like that. By no means am I saying that he was a good, role model, and by no means am I saying that, he was right in, what he was doing. But that's my image of my father. So, getting in and out of jail and that stuff. I grew up in what we call is the ghetto or the projects. It's no longer here. It was called Longview at the time, and we stayed in a pretty small house. And so that's kind of my upbringing. I went to school at Southeast. It's like a correctional school now. And then I went on to TJ. Does anybody go to TJ? I used to. You used to? So I went to TJ for junior high. And I went to Eisenhower. Does anybody go to Eisenhower here? Yeah? Okay. Most of you probably don't know, I went to Eisenhower around the Jesse Jackson time where the riots and stuff were happening. And Eisenhower was a rough school to go to. But it's a lot better than it was. Yeah, so, but yeah, so that's how I grew up. I was in church. I knew, the books of the Bible and stuff like that. My grandma read to me, pretty much every day. She told me I was special. I was one of God's children, and in school, I kind of knew that stuff. But in school, I was a popular athlete and a musician, and for me, that brought a lot of attention from the opposite sex. And so I know, are they too young? Okay, so I was promiscuous, I guess, to say the least. I wasn't that, good, holy, that type of thing. And so I lived my life to pretty much please myself. Whatever I wanted, whoever I wanted, I did whatever I wanted. My mother, she would work 3rd shift. And so that meant she was out of the house from 11 p.m. to like 6 a.m. I would run off, you know, and do whatever I would want to do. And so, like, she really never she had to work to provide. And so when we went off to school, we would walk to school by ourselves, we would get home, and pretty much at night, we would be by ourselves. And so a lot of sin happened. I dealt with porn. I downloaded a lot of that stuff when I was at home in high school and stuff like that. It's something that I got into, and so I'm bringing it. I'm trying to tell you what I went through to get you to where I am now. So I dealt with a lot of stuff. I had cousins. You get a lot of boys together. I had cousins that were gay, homosexual, and stuff like that. We were all in this group together, and we all, like, you spent the night and stuff like that, and you dealt with all this type of stuff. I don't know if you guys deal with that stuff, but it's when you're in a family of big, you know, numbers, and you know, adults aren't always there. Things happen, and so people got raped, people got hurt, people got molested. Adults took advantage of, you know, kids, and so a lot of that stuff happened. But in the midst of that, my grandma kept taking me to church, us to church, and kept, you know, trying to teach us, you know, about the Bible, about Jesus, about God. And so I grew up making bad decisions and all that stuff. I kind of knew about Jesus and stuff like that. And then when I got to my last year in high school, I said, okay, when I get to college, I was a straight A student, scholarship athlete, scholarship musician. I went to Eastern on scholarship for both, playing saxophone and running track sprinter. And so when I said, I'm going to Eastern, I'm gonna do whatever I want. I'm gonna do even worse. I'm gonna try to do anything and everything. I couldn't drink at 18, you know, you gotta be 21. So I was gonna try everything and anything. And I was just gonna do everything I wanted to do. And so once I got there, I wasn't dating at the time, didn't plan on dating. I wanted to be single. I wanted to do whatever I wanted to do. The first day I met my wife. First day I met my wife, her name is Tiffany, and she told me that she went to church, and that I was like, well, what are you doing on Sunday or something like that? She's like, I'm going to church. I was like, what? What are you doing? Like, you know, we come to college, we partying, what? And she was like, no, I'm going to church. And I said, well, okay. And then in the back of my mind, I'm like, there's something with this girl. There's something with this girl. I might want to get to know her. And for the next couple of weeks and months, God started to work in my life and show me, like, okay, this is not what I'm supposed to do. I'm not supposed to be pleasing myself like this. I'm getting controlled by a lot of things. If you've ever dealt with something that you, like, say you want to say you don't want to watch porn anymore. If you can tell yourself, no, I'm not going to do that, and actually do it, then that means you have control. Okay, so if you want to write this down, if you can tell yourself no and actually do it, you actually have control over that. If you say no, and then the next day you go back into it, I just gotta do this, I gotta watch it, then actually it has control over you. Think about it. If you cannot say no to this, you think that you're strong because I can do whatever I want to do. I'm doing whatever I want to do. If I want to watch that, I can watch that. But if I can't tell myself no, I had no control. So I had no control. I figured it out. My God just tell me, Brandon, you can't even say no to yourself. And so God was working with me on that, saying no and being able to, just conquer my sin. Then my wife, or Tiff at the time, we got engaged, and I was going to church with her. I was reading the Word, and getting deep into it. And then before we got married, there was Mormons on campus. Does anybody know anything about Mormons? Mormons, Jehovah's Witnesses, and stuff like that? Yeah, I got not cornered, but they were on the sidewalk, and they were just passing out things. And at the time, I was really into the Word. Like, I was going to church, I was studying my Bible and all that stuff, and I was just trying to learn about God and about Jesus. And they had all this this list of things like, what do you know about where are you going if you die today? And so I was trying to answer all these questions, and they were talking to me, and I was like, well, they sound like they know what they're doing. They sound like they have the same Jesus I do and all this stuff. And so I kept sitting down with them. I invited them to study with me and stuff like that. And Tiff was like, Ray, I don't know what you're doing. This is, that's not, Christianity and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, but they're making sense. They're saying, God was a man and just like us, and he had a father, and, that kind of does explain where God came from, So let me let me keep this going. She's like, Brandon, if you're going to go there, we're going to have to split ways. So I'm like, oh, I really love this girl, and I want to be with her. So let me actually test this. And so through my college years, I studied a lot of different religions. I studied, they don't consider it a religion, but it is. It's a faith. Atheism. I studied that. I studied Hinduism. I studied Mormonism, Jehovah's Witness, Muslim or Islam. I've studied all these religions. And man, I had so many questions. Why does God, if God knew we were going to sin, why would he create us? Why would God create us knowing that we were going to, if we were sin and we would go to hell? Why would he create us if he knew that he had to send people to hell? I had all these different questions. And over the years, he answered so many of these questions. And if you at the end of this, you want to talk about questions that you have, hey, I'm here. Trust me, I can point you somewhere or to somebody that can answer your questions. But in this time, as I was getting married or courting, going with Ted, I was studying and figuring out all this stuff about God and about myself, telling myself no and denying myself. I didn't have a thought I kind of got emotional and stuff why don't I know all this stuff, how to be a man, about God. And I was like, man, how can I figure out how to be a man? And God was just leading me. He was just, all this stuff that I was asking, he was giving me the answers and stuff like that. And it just came to a point where I was just like, you know what? I got to turn my life over right now, or I want to die and go to hell. And that moment, when I was in college, that moment, it just was like, I'm a sinner. I have no control over myself. I see this beautiful woman that God has sent for me. And if I don't get this stuff right, I'm going to miss out on this. And to this day, I thank God for just sending my wife to me. I know it kind of sounds sappy, but this was the person that was that person, or God just talking to me, molding me into the person that I am today. So that's how I got saved. I went to college thinking that I was going to do everything that I wanted to do in my life. And the first day I met my wife, my future wife, and she told me, and God just guided me through her to become the person that I am today. So that's the first part. Now, about my father, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the problems that I had just with my father. Do any of you your father's in jail or anything like that? Or yeah? Okay, one person. Well, that's great for most of you that your father is either around or he's doing something good. My father, however, he was not. And it damaged me in a way that I'm trying to get over today. I'm still like, you know, God has told me that I'm a sinner and that I need salvation, and I accepted that, and He's given me salvation. But there's certain things that I still have to, you know, go through myself. And one thing is the relationship with my father. When you don't have a father, you have no, especially if you're a man, if you're a boy, you have no model to look at. So you're going through this thing called life, just aiming at nothing. And so you mess up all the time, and I was frustrated, especially when I had my two sons. I was like, I'm going to be able to point my children in this direction, to look at God and to serve God and to glorify Him. I'm going to be able to do that for my kids. But my father, for me, you know, why wasn't he there for me? Why didn't he love me enough to stay out of jail? Why did, you know, I see my father, like he would come in with some random person that I never knew, take her downstairs and have sex with her. Right in front of me, right in front of his kids. Why would you do that? Why would you mess that up? Why would you mess me up like that and scar me? And so I went through life, you know, kind of imitating that stuff. And my brothers today, I got a twin, he's in Virginia, and he's, you know, kind of messed up with that. And my younger brother, you know, he's kind of doing his own thing too, because we've all seen our father do certain things and not point us in the right direction. And so today, I can appreciate what God has done for me with that, and that just showing me that, okay, this is not a good example. So if you have a bad parent or a bad example in your life, you don't necessarily have to say that this is just a terrible situation. You can say that this is what not to do, you know. So I look at this as like, okay, this is my father, and this is what I shouldn't be to my kids. And so this, you know, I'm still going through it. I'm still asking my small group to help me. I remember a couple of months back, my father got married in jail. He got out, and he, you know, I knew his wife, and he had another woman come over to my grandmother's house. And this is when my son was, he was 4, so he kind of knows his wife. And my father brought another woman over. And I value marriage so much. The Christian lifestyle and what God has set up, I'm like, I love the things that God loves now, and I hate the things that God hates. And when my father came with this another woman, it brought up something in me that I just wanted to almost kill my father at that time. And this was just a couple of months ago. And I remember talking with my small group and just asking them to pray, you know, for me about this, because it's just a feeling that, why would you do this? Again, you know, over and over. Why would you do this? And so God is really working with me on this. And if you have anything like this in your life, just allow God to continue to use you and allow Him to focus you on Him to give Him glory for whatever it is what you're going through. Okay? So that's one of the things that God has really worked through me, and it's part of my testimony. Like, God has really worked the father issue out with me, and I love Him, you know, but there's still like this thing that, you know, God has continued to work out in me. So far, is there any questions before I go into the next part? Anything that, like, any questions that you might have that might deter you from Christianity? Okay. Are we all Christians in here? Oh, that's great. That's great. I don't know if you're just shocked. All right, so the next thing and the biggest thing was just studying about God. If you know me, I think Ryan is the one that, like, I got heavy in college. I got heavy into apologetics. So I was studying all these different faiths, and I was getting questions from my friends. They were atheists, you know, in college. In college, you can do whatever you want. You can be whoever you want to be. And everything is right. 2 plus 2 can equal 6 if you feel like that. Do any of you guys deal with that? Like, somebody said, that's okay for you. Like, if you believe 2 plus 2 is 6, it's okay for you. But that's just how it is in college. And that's what I started to deal with. When I was in college, it's just like, whatever goes. Hey, today I want to be a Muslim. Today, the next day I'll be a Jehovah's Witness or something like that. So what I did was, God led me down this road of just like, I wanted to ask him everything and say like, hey, why did you do this? Is there an answer? Because if there's not an answer, how am I going to share this faith that I believe in and really like be confident in it? Like, who's going to believe this if I can't explain it or defend it? And so God kept on putting people in my midst. Like, I had a friend who's now a Christian but was an atheist. He asked me this one question. He said, Brandon, if I was rich, I had a family, I had a wife that loved me, I had 2 kids that were just awesome at everything. I didn't need anything, okay? I was the best, made a lot of money, all that stuff. Why would I need your God? Why would I need your God? I was a good person. I did everything correct. Why would I need your God? All this stuff. And at that time, I was like, I don't know. Why would you need him? I mean, because at that time, I was like, God just makes everything better. If you're a Christian, you're just going to live a happy life. And that was my only answer at the time. So I dealt with that, and I was like, well, why would he need that? Why would he need God then? Can anybody, I'm a teacher, so can anybody give me the answer to that? Why would a person need God if they have everything? Yes?
I think because he gives you something that you can never attain otherwise.
What is that?
I think true happiness.
True happiness. Now, let's go back to the man with he's rich and has a family. He's truly happy. Okay? He's a billionaire, has all the money, he will never be able to spend it. His children are growing up. They're in the private sector, the schools, and they've got straight A's. They're the best athletes ever. They're musicians, artists. They fashion. They have everything. Wife loves him. He's happy. He's rich. He's successful. Why would he need God? So you said true happiness. He'll be truly happy. Well, this person is truly happy. So why? Why do you think? Yes?
It gives him security for the future and he can ensure his salvation and life after death.
Life after death. You think, okay. So what if he says, okay, well, I just don't believe in it. I'm secure in living, now. There's nothing that's going to happen after that. I'm secure. He's secure. He's got everything he needs. Why would he need God if he's rich, successful, all that stuff? Any other questions? Yes? Because he probably doesn't know. Okay. I mean, and these, I don't want to say that you're wrong. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to restate it and try to get you to think. Okay? So you say, because he probably doesn't know if he's going to heaven or hell. Okay. So, those are some of the answers that you can posit, but this is the one that you want to, if you're writing, you want to write this down. What do you do with your sin? What do you do with your sin? My brother is an atheist, and he says, Brandon, if I die today, and I work, I go out in the community, and I get these kids, they're going to be better off than me because I'm going to impart to them something that I never had. So I'm building them up. I'm loving on them, showing them how to do all this stuff. If God is going to send me to hell for this, then, that's not fair. So in that, I said, well, Jay, it's not about what you do for these people. That's great. But what do you do with your sin? Okay? Now, what happens when you sin? let's think of, I like to think of this analogy. Okay. God, like heaven. Heaven is this perfect place, and paradise is this perfect place. Okay. No sin, no blemish can enter into that. Alright? Okay. So let me ask you this. Sin is like poison. Okay? Now, hopefully some of you like eggs. Okay? If I cook an omelet, say a 10-egg omelet, one of the eggs is poisonous. I say, okay, I'm gonna give you this omelet. One of the eggs is poisonous. Are you gonna eat that omelet?
I won't.
Now, let me ask you this. If you're perfect,
Is it fatally poisonous?
He's dying.
yes, it will kill you. Yes, the poison will kill you. Okay? It will cause the worst pain that nobody has ever experienced. Would you eat that omelet? So you got 9 good good eggs, 1 bad one. Would you eat that omelet? No, you wouldn't. Now, let me ask you one more question. If I had a 100-egg omelet, 1 egg that's poisonous, would you eat that one?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on the omelet.
100 eggs.
Some of you guys are biscuit.
I
Okay.
think the other ones would die with it a little bit, so it wouldn't be.
Gotcha. Well, I'm hoping that you get what I'm saying. God is not going to let anything contaminate his kingdom, his paradise. Okay? He is not going to accept any sin, which means the rotten egg or the poisonous egg. He's not going to take any of that in his place. Okay? So, what do you have to do with the rotten egg or the poisonous egg? You have to throw it away. You have to cleanse it, or, just cut it out completely. So, there's a passage in the Bible, I don't know where it says. What do you do with sin? What does God do with sin? Or what is the penalty for sin? Death, right? So just like that omelet or the 1 egg, you got to get it out. Okay? So death is your penalty for sin. Okay? Now, when you ask that person, or you say like, okay, the rich man, let's go back to the rich man. You say, hey, what do you do with your sin though? He says, I'll tell him, I'm sorry. Is that good enough? Why isn't it good enough? Why isn't that good enough? I repent. I'm sorry. I sinned. Why isn't that good enough? Let's go to a court of law, right? Okay, judge, I know I broke the law. I'm sorry. Should the judge let me go?
Yes.
No.
Yes?
It depends on the crime.
Okay, now let me ask you this. If the judge lets me go when I say I'm sorry, is that judge just?
No, because you might do it again.
Okay, I might do it again. Yeah, you're right. Yes?
It really depends on the scenario you're caught. Because if you're like littering and they want to put you in jail for life, that's not really fair. But if you killed someone, they shouldn't let you go.
Okay,
That's
so,
a lot more detrimental.
okay. Well, I'm glad you brought that up. So if I step on an ant, right? I step on an ant, am I going to go to jail?
Yes.
If I kill an ant?
Yes.
No, I'm not, right?
Still a living thing.
All right, I bet everybody has squished a bug or something rolling over on the bed.
Marquise
Okay,
said he wrote.
so now let me ask you this: if you've killed a cat, let's say you killed a cat,
Animal abuse. You'll go to jail for
what
that.
happened?
I have a cat.
Now let me ask you this: if you killed the president,
Oh.
what would
Oh,
happen?
one,
Some people would
two.
support killing them.
Well, maybe. Okay, say if you killed, a person, what would happen?
They might kill you for hunting.
You would get life, or you would get the death penalty. Now, let me ask you this. The reason why you would get the death penalty is because you sinned against somebody that was on the same level. So, like, say you killed an ant, nothing happens. You kill a dog, you might get, sometime in prison or something. You kill a person, it's an eye for an eye, or a life for a life. Now, what happens if in this person, is like finite. He's going to die too, right? Now, what happens if you sin against somebody that's infinite?
They're gone.
The punishment has to fit the crime, right? It has to be infinite as well. Okay, if you're getting life for a life, person to person, you kill a person, you know, life, you get life in prison or death. Now, if you sin against God, okay, that's an eternal type thing. Okay? Everybody understand that? Okay, so let's go back to this. Sin. You go to the judge, you say, Judge, I'm sorry. The judge cannot rightfully forgive you, you know, just by saying you're sorry. There has to be payment. The payment is death. Now, what is the good news?
That you got.
What is the good news out of
You
that?
got
There
life.
is none.
There is none. Thank you. So, back to the rich man. Now he knows, like, okay, if there is a heaven and hell, if there is a God, it doesn't matter if I'm rich, it doesn't matter how good my kids are or how much my wife loves me. What do I do with my sin? Okay?
Throw it away.
Well, I got to pay for it. If I pay for it with my own self, I'm going to die and go to hell for eternity because of who I sinned against. Okay? So now, for me, and what I found out is that this is the good part. There's a person that fulfilled the entire law. So the judge required this, and he said, well, Judge, I have that payment. An infinite, say the payment, okay, we know it's sin, but say it's an infinite amount of dollars. Okay, just to put it in our terms. I don't have an infinite amount of dollars, so I couldn't pay it if I wanted to. Okay? So an infinite being had to pay the infinite price. Okay, so now it's satisfied. Now, what do I have to do? So the price could be paid. It is. What do I have to do?
Pray. Pray about it.
Pray about it? No. I'm still. I'm on the altar. I'm not on the altar, but I'm on the stand. Yes. I'm saying, okay, I know that I deserve death, and this person has paid the fine. What do I need to do? Yes.
I mean, if it were a person and they did that kind of thing for you, I would say probably do them a favor.
Okay, but in order for the judge to let me go, what do I have to do? If this person is saying like, hey, I paid it all, okay? And he's saying like, you know, hey, I love you enough, you know, if you believe that I did this, the judge, I'll pay it, you know. What, as, you know, me, what should I do? Yes. Yeah. You have to accept it. Okay? And for me, that's what I had to do. Okay? So I needed to know, like this person, this rich person, this guy asked me, he said, hey, why would I need your God? Well, what do you do with your sin? Okay? You know that you sin, you deserve death for that. There's a person that paid your sin. All you have to do is accept it. So, to you and to everybody else, when you have somebody that's saying like, hey, I don't need your God. I have everything that I want. I'm happy. I'm successful. I'm rich. Everybody loves me. That's no good. Okay? Because what do you do with your sin? So those are the gist of how I became a Christian. And there's a lot more that I can tell you, but I'm gonna leave it there. Are there any questions? If anybody has any questions about like I've dived into lately I've been studying about abortion and stuff like that. That was a big thing on my heart this month. But studying about abortion, homosexuality, and different religions. I'm all into that. So, if any of you guys have any questions, you see me around, you can ask. But other than that, no questions. Let's go ahead and pray. I'll just come on back up. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, I hope that what I've said pointed more to you, Lord. I hope that Lord, you soften